I never thought I'd be the type of woman to fall for someone at work. But temptation never shows up the way you expect.
By the time I turned 27. From the outside, we looked picture perfect. Family photos at the park, a modest but warm home, and the kind of easy smiles that make other people assume you're blessed. But life has a cruel way of showing you what's really inside your heart when the rug gets pulled out from under you. For me, that moment came when I sat in a doctor's office and heard the word cancer. Stage 2 at first. Manageable, they said. Treatable. But all I could hear was the roaring in my ears, the reminder that life wasn't promised, that every day could be numbered. Michael held my hand through those first appointments. He stayed up researching late at night, trying to understand everything. He was steady, calm, everything a partner should be. But instead of finding comfort in that, I felt trapped. Because during those endless, terrifying days, someone else walked into my life. Her name was Marissa. She was a volunteer at the treatment center, assigned to sit with patients, bring tea, and sometimes just hold a hand when family couldn't be there. She was bright in a way Michael wasn't. Bohemian clothes, wild curly hair, the kind of laugh that made strangers turn their heads. She made me feel alive in a moment when all I could think about was dying. At first, I thought it was just gratitude. She distracted me from the fear. She asked questions Michael never did. About my dreams, about the things I regretted not doing, about whether I'd ever felt like I'd lived for myself instead of everyone else. One afternoon, when Michael went to pick up our daughter from daycare, Marissa stayed behind. She touched my cheek, brushed away a tear I didn't realize had fallen, and whispered, "You deserve more than just surviving." It was like a switch flipped. That night I kissed her. And once I crossed that line, there was no going back. For weeks, I lived a double life. Michael, the dutiful husband, cooking dinner and folding laundry, and Marissa, the storm that made my heart race and my body remember I wasn't just a patient. I told myself I deserved this, that I needed to feel alive if death was looming. But secrets rot everything they touch. Michael eventually found a message on my phone. Just one. A short, "I miss you" from Marissa. He didn't yell. He didn't even cry right away. He just stared at me and said, "Is there someone else?" And for once I didn't lie. I told him yes. I told him I didn't want to live my life half asleep anymore. I told him I was leaving. I can still see his face when I said those words. He looked like I'd taken the ground out from under him. He asked, "What about our daughter?" And I, selfishly, recklessly, said, "You're the better parent. She'll be happier with you." So I packed a bag and walked out. At first, it felt thrilling. Marissa and I moved into a tiny apartment with peeling paint but endless laughter. She took me to art shows, late-night diners, even spontaneous road trips when I was strong enough. I told myself I had finally chosen me. But treatments wore me down. Chemo wasn't glamorous. It wasn't bohemian or free-spirited. It was vomiting in a bathroom while Marissa scrolled on her phone in the other room. It was exhaustion so deep I couldn't lift my head, while she sighed because she wanted to go out and I couldn't. Slowly the passion dulled. Arguments started. She accused me of being needy. I accused her of being selfish. The truth was, we both wanted different things. She wanted adventure. I wanted survival. One night, after a brutal fight, she shouted, "I didn't sign up to be your nurse." And then she slammed the door and didn't come back. I was alone. Michael didn't take me back. Why would he? He had full custody of our daughter now, and from what I hear, he built a stable, loving home for her. She's 7 now, thriving in school, smiling in every picture he posts. Pictures I look at from the corner of my screen, knowing I'm just a ghost to her. My parents, they sided with him. They said they couldn't understand how I could walk away from a child, from a man who had never wavered. They stopped inviting me to holidays. The last time I spoke to my mother, she said, "You broke something in this family that can't be fixed." And Marissa? She's long gone. Probably off in some new city, laughing that wild laugh with someone else, never mentioning the sick woman she left behind. Meanwhile, my diagnosis worsened. Stage 2 became stage 4. Treatments stopped working. Doctors started talking about comfort care. Comfort. What a cruel word. There's no comfort in lying alone in a bed at 34, hearing the echo of your daughter's laugh in your head, and knowing she'll never call you mommy again. There's no comfort in realizing the person you left everything for didn't even stick around when things got hard. I thought I was chasing life. Instead, I abandoned it. Now I sit in this small apartment surrounded by pill bottles and silence. Sometimes I pick up the phone and scroll through my contacts, finger hovering over Michael's name, over my parents, over my sisters. But I never press call. I don't know what I'd even say. I'm sorry feels too small. Take me back feels too late. So I put the phone down, make another cup of tea, and stare out the window at a world I used to think was waiting for me. But the truth is, I already had everything I needed. Love, family, a partner who would have carried me through the storm. And I threw it all away for the illusion of more. And now, as I sit here dying alone, I realize the cruelest truth of all. I wasn't escaping death. I was running from love. And I'll never get it back.